De Niro in a mob movie. Who'd have thought? The Family. So The Family's about Robert De Niro and his family. De Niro's a former mob guy, and that's really what the movie is. The movie's about them trying to have a new life, and you get the feeling this isn't the first time they've done this. They've been relocated a few times because sooner or later, Robert De Niro's gonna lose his shit and beat someone with a bat. Dude just has a temper. He's a former De Niro mob guy, and you know how that goes. So if that plot synopsis sounded kind of absurd, maybe it's because it's supposed to. The thing about this movie, though, it's a dark comedy, and in that, it really works for this movie. I enjoyed seeing this family deal with the fact that they just have to be normal, and then once in a while they're like, you know what, I'm gonna blow up that shop because they were assholes to me. Because they're former mobsters, you don't just lose that. Imagine being a mobster, you really get your way, you're used to being able to just break kneecaps, and you gotta put up with someone's shit. This movie really exists for anyone who ever had to keep their mouth shut because they're like, I am just gonna take this person's shit, and okay, awesome. Came in for the oil change, and now, all right, you're replacing my spark plugs. Yeah, all right, yeah, I guess that's just gonna cost me more money. No, this movie gets to show you what happens when someone tries to rip off a mob family. Yeah, it doesn't work out for them. Even the kids were cool. The daughter's hot as hell, a little dramatic, but hot as hell. And the son was awesome. The son's like one of those kids, halfway through this movie, he's just running his entire school. Just operationally speaking, he finds out who goes to what clique and what, and then he gets his fingers in everything, and he has all the real estate in the school. All the student real estate, which is really nothing. He's gonna graduate, and he's gonna be like, I have nothing, because I had that, and now I don't. Because high school just doesn't matter. Tommy Lee Jones is the agent who's like, all right, I'm keeping an eye on you guys, and I'm here for you, just don't screw up. Then when De Niro does, he has to slap him on the wrist and be like, I said don't do that. I will say at parts in this movie, you felt like the contrast was a bit off. Like it goes from, okay, it's clearly a comedy, and this is lighthearted, and then you're like, yeah, that's a dark moment. Granted, it's a dark comedy, but I'm just saying, it's a cartoonish comedy sometimes, and then it's a dark movie. Another thing is at the end of the movie, things are getting really exciting, and you're watching it go down, and in the end, it just kind of ends in an anticlimactic kind of way. I wanted to see more of that, but it was just like, stuff, and then end credits. I was like, what is this, Transformers? We're doing the really abrupt endings? Oh, okay, I guess we are. Sometimes when you're watching them fit in, you're like, all right, we're watching the neighborly element of it all, and well, sometimes it's a little boring. You know it's building up to something, and it is, but sometimes it just does get boring. The movie's 2 hours long. When you get out of it and you reflect back, it felt like 2.5. I think if they had a little bit of time management in there, they could have used 2 hours a little better for the movie. But in the end, I dug this movie. It was a really cool mob movie, or at least former mob movie. I dug the humor. I dug the dark comedy. It's not like the next Goodfellas or anything, although there is a pretty cool Goodfellas reference in this movie. But it's enjoyable, and The Family is a good time. No alcohol required. So if you were in the witness protection program, or you had the opportunity to start a whole new life, where would you want it to be? Where would you go? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.